Hello, Meeple. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Talking, episode 15 minute blah blah blah. Episode 389. Yeah, yesterday was the Muppet Show special interest time, so 389. The show where I'm gonna volunteer at the library. 15 Minutes of Talking is a series where I set a 15-minute timer, talk about whatever I want for 15 minutes. Once the timer goes off, I say a short goodbye, and the video ends, and it all has minimal editing. So without further ado, let's get started. Ooh, I like how I said further ado today. Sigh. Oh, I did it. I did it. I'm doing it. It's hard. Technology is hard with gloves. Alright. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yo, I'm able to scroll. Did the streak hit Bailey? Wait, I did get that right. Yeah, you got that. Let's start the alpha breakdown. This guy was covered in episode 6. 6? Whoa. That was just random. This guy was covered in episode 3. This guy was covered in episode, hold on. I wore them for the first time recently, and of course my gloves have decided to hate me. No fingers are working. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm getting movement from this thumb. Yo. Right. Oh, shucks. Why did it have to be scrolled down to the bottom of the page? Alright, let's see. So that's July 4th. Okay. Boom. This guy was covered in episode 377. I giggled like a little kid whenever I chose my outfit on that day. I quite liked it. These guys were covered in episode 129, and this guy was covered in episode 200 and something. No, 300 and something. No, 200. I don't know. It was the episode in which I had an allergy attack. I believe it was this ring that I almost left at the hospital. 350. Alright, alpha breakdown over. Let's start special interest time. Today's special interest time is musicals. I was listening to Home from the Beetlejuice musical earlier today. I think that's all the interaction I've had with musicals. Oh, yeah, I was just listening to background music 3, which if you don't know, I have 3 playlists. One is called background music, another is called background music 2, and the third is called background music 3. I have more playlists than that on YouTube Music, where I just put all of the music that I like in one mega playlist and then just listen. And the reason that there are 3 of them is because I have added enough music to all of those that I reached the song limit on 2 of them. The song limit is 5,000, by the way. Be impressed slash scared slash judging. I don't care. But yeah, today I think I quite like how background music 3 is turning out. I don't know, it just has a lot of Disney and musical stuff, especially musical stuff. I don't feel like background music 1 and 2 kind of have that much musicals playing, but I get a good number of musical songs on background music 3, and I like that. So yeah, first, whenever I played it today, Sincerely Me played from Dear Evan Hansen. Uh, I still know a lot of the words, even though it's been like forever since I watched Dear Evan Hansen. Uh, and I was remembering, whenever I first showed Mason Dear Evan Hansen, for context, Mason is my cousin who might be coming home later today. He's been on like a month-long trip, but y'all still won't see him because he's not allowed to participate in my videos. I remember whenever I first showed him Dear Evan Hansen, and like the it was it was during winter break, I think. Yeah, it was during winter break. Or Thanksgiving break. Either or. Uh I showed him Dear Evan Hansen during the Thanksgiving break, but the memory I'm about to describe, I can't remember whether it was during the Thanksgiving break, winter break, or some weekend in between. But we decided that we wanted to go down and feed the ducks. This was probably during Thanksgiving break, actually. Uh, and at that point it was like 6 or something. But we have power in numbers, so we're not gonna get like abducted or anything. Uh, so we just decided that we're gonna go down and feed the ducks. Uh, so we go down, we get like bread or something. I don't remember what we got from the pantry, and we go and walk to feed the ducks. Uh, and there were a stunning lack of ducks, and the ones that were out did not want our food. They didn't even want to come close to us. So that was a fail. So we just walked back in the dark, like the pitch black, with my phone flashlight being the only light that we had. And on the way back, we just decided, even though we were kind of out of breath and it was cold, that that we were just gonna sing the entirety of "Sincerely Me." I think I don't remember if I was Evan or what's his cousin's name? Oh, I forgot his cousin's name. Isn't it like Jared or something? Evan Hansen was in. Yeah, Jared. Uh, I don't remember if I was Evan or Jared or Connor. I don't remember who was who. People were people. I might have been Evan. I just don't remember. And Mason got a bit of that tism autism too. So he memorized the lyrics. In like the dates that since I had shown it to him. Well, I had known of the show for at least a year, and I still hadn't memorized it. So Mason was correcting me on the lyrics. And it was fun and cool, and yeah. Uh, yes. I was gonna talk about my history with Yervin Hansen, cause I don't feel like talking about anything else, you know? Uh, so basically, I don't remember whenever I discovered Dear Evan Hansen. It was sometime in, 2024? Wait, so, yeah, sometime in 2024. Because A, that's whenever I first got into musicals in general. Uh, and B, that's the year that I went to see that show. Uh, Now I had a bit of a Beetlejuice musical hyperfixation. Special interest. Uh, and by a bit, I mean it's a special interest. So like, big interest. I have like 5 modern special interests. And musicals is the second one. Not in the order I do special interest time, but in the order that I acquired them. Well, it's technically the third one, but I consider it the second one. Because I've had a Muppet special interest for a long time, but it's always been lesser than other special interests. So technically, my Muppet special interest is the one that I got first. But, never really called it that, because I've just been focusing on other special interests. So, in that order, it would be the Muppet Show, Disney, musicals, Marvel, Norse mythology. Yeah. Uh, so I had a Beetlejuice musical special interest. And then my mom decided that she would take me to see the show. Uh, and this kind of started up a tradition of seeing a musical on the day after Halloween, like we've done it for 2 years now. First it was Beetlejuice, and it was the annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and now I think we just want to keep that up. uh, Although I don't know if we can, because I think the day after Halloween is gonna be on a Friday, so I don't know. The weekend after Halloween, we'll just say that. uh, so we went to see Beetlejuice whenever it came, to Texas. We did, we did go quite far away. Uh, like, I live near Houston. I won't give more specifics, cause like, why would I? Uh, and this was all the way out in Fort Worth, so quite far away. Uh, but still, it was the closest it was going to come in a long time. Although it did come to the Houston Theater recently. We didn't go to see that, but that was cool. And then for my Christmas gift, my dad said, "Hey, are there any shows that you want to see?" So I was like, "Well, yeah, there's this Dear Evan Hansen show that seems interesting to me." So it happens to be coming like around December 16th or something like that. I don't know. I think we went to see it on like the first day of Christmas break. If not, like very close to the start of Christmas break. And this would have been sixth grade for me. So my dad and his girlfriend took me to see Dear Evan Hansen, and I quite liked it. I quite liked it. Yeah. I think Dear Evan Hansen is kind of the go-to show to talk about mental health issues. I don't know. Like, do any other neurodivergent people just really like Dear Evan Hansen? Like, I don't know. I don't know. For me, it's kind of my token I have autism show, you know? By the way, I'm not into self diagnosing, except for one of my friends who I am absolutely positive has autism. But other than that, I'm not into self diagnosing. I got an official diagnosis of autism in the third grade. So yeah, I just feel like I have to specify that now. Uh, so, what was I talking about? Oh, right, Dear Evan Hansen. Uh, so, yeah, and then a few months later, I showed, uh, my mom a slime tutorial of Dear Evan Hansen, and we had a discussion with my stepdad about whether Connor Murphy was a bully or not. Uh, and then, uh, and then recently I was talking about how I showed Mason Dear Evan Hansen. Basically, we were at the Skechers store, and our parents were taking an incredibly long time to decide. Well, not parents, mothers. My mother and his mother were taking an incredibly long time to decide what the heck they wanted. So we just, and we were both getting tired, so we just kind of went out to the car. Uh, and I was like, you know what would be funny? I'm just gonna play Sincerely Me for him. Uh, oh, I think I asked him if he wanted to do karaoke. And I was trying to think of songs that he knew, and I was like, hey, Mason, do you know Dear Evan Hansen? And he's like, nah, so I showed him Sincerely Me. And I don't remember if we did the karaoke version of that, or not, whatever, after that or not. Boom, I said it. Uh, so then his interest was piqued. So, whenever we got home, we went to our room, which is where we are right now. Well, where I am right now. Mason's wherever. He's on a month-long trip with his mom. Uh, we turned on the TV and I found a slime tutorial of Dear Evan Hansen, and we watched it. We did end up staying up quite late, but we did on pretty much all weekends. So, yeah. But he liked Dear Evan Hansen, and over the next few weeks on his own, he watched slime tutorials of Mean Girls and Hamilton, which is funny because he didn't know that Hamilton was on Disney Plus. So he found like this really bad slime tutorial of Hamilton, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I watched a slime tutorial of Hamilton." Uh, and he talked about how sometimes songs just cut out and audio was just like not there. Uh, and he said that he just went and listened to the songs and it was annoying. And I was like, Mason, you know, it's just on Disney Plus, right? Like a really high quality pro shot is on Disney Plus, and he's like, oh wait, I didn't know that. So yeah. But anyway, that was your timer. Have yourself the nicest of days. Like and subscribe if your favorite Disney movie is. This is really get really hazy. Was yesterday Mulan? No, yesterday was Pocahontas. Okay. Like and subscribe if your favorite Disney movie is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Good movie. I'll be getting a few likes and subs today. Alright, goodbye now.